Hello and welcome to our brand new podcast, Danny and Ellie's Tropic Beauty Club. Tune in for the best girls chat around and dive into all things natural skincare and beauty with us. Happy listening.
We're back.
Woohoo! It's only
It's
taken
been-
us like 4 weeks.
It's been that long, Elle, that my phone said I had to re-download the app out of the cloud.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I was logging on and I was thinking, what am I doing? What buttons do I press? How do I get the link? I had a complete memory blank because before we was doing it so often, and then I was like, oh, I've been in a black hole for like the last 4 weeks. So
I know.
apologies
I've
to all of our
missed you.
listeners. I've missed you too.
I missed you. Literally, when you was ill for that week, I was like, I haven't heard from her. This is so weird.
I know, honestly, I feel like I turned 30 and I got the plague. So it was just trying to kill me off already, and I didn't even make it like one day into being 30 as a healthy human.
Aww.
So yeah, but I've survived. I'm here.
You did survive, and we have so much to talk about now.
So much. I was literally writing down over the weeks little things that would come into my brain, like, oh my God, I've got to chat about that, got to do this, got to do that, because otherwise time goes by, doesn't it? And you just completely like get caught up in it and forget about half the stuff. But no, today will be amazing, and I've been
It's
looking
true what they
forward to
say
this
about
girly
momentum.
chat. Yeah.
Because
so
the
true.
momentum was building, wasn't it? And then we were like,
Yeah.
right, I feel like we're starting again.
I know, and I was so gutted because exactly that finally like built our confidence up. You know, we've had people say like, when's the next one? The excitement's there. And then, it was just absolutely impossible. Like I had time off of my actual job as well. It was obviously my birthday amongst all of that, and plans had to be changed, and it was just crazy. Got whisked off to Iceland when I was like super poorly. So minus 11 degrees was not the one. And then basically as soon as I landed was just in bed for like a whole week. So I think there was a lot of that going around. There was a lot of people that were kind of sickly. But what have
and
you been
had to
up? Go on.
prepare for your amazing party.
Oh my God, I know. And even though that was not weekend, just gone the weekend before, it just feels like a blur. Everyone keeps going, oh my God, did you have an amazing night? And I was like, yeah, I really did. But then I don't really remember it either. And that's not because I was drunk, because I genuinely wasn't. But I think, when it's so overwhelming, like I had to say hello to everyone coming in, and then I was trying to like work the room and make sure everyone was okay and they had a drink, and lovely to see you. Because obviously some people like I haven't seen in ages, and obviously they'd come to celebrate my birthday with me, and then you go through I should maybe just go and dance on the dance floor for a bit and, like enjoy myself. And then you're saying your goodbyes, and it was just an absolute whirlwind. But I did have the most amazing night. So many people turned out for me, and
You
made
did
it a
look
night to remember.
absolutely stunning. I loved your outfit.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I was
But I know what
very
you mean.
sparkly.
I hate hosting things. I hate the pressure of it all. Like, you just want to blend in, don't you? But you can't when it's your party.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm just put some music on, and whether I don't have to drink, like I'll be on that dance floor from the beginning till the end. I just love music. I love dancing and like having fun with all my friends. But yeah, no, I'm so glad that in the end I decided to do a party, because it's definitely one for the memory bank.
Definitely.
So, yeah. And it was nice to see you as well. We got some cute little pickies.
I know, but you look amazing in them. I don't.
Oh no, you do. Don't be silly. Of course you do. You look lovely. So
No,
nice.
that was lovely that you had that photographer there, because when I saw her, I was like, right, we need a photo.
You literally grabbed me like, we never have them.
Yeah,
quick.
we don't.
I know, but no, yeah, she was amazing and really captured the evening, really. So no, I was super lucky.
Yeah.
So big up my mum and big up Ryan for sorting all that and arranging it, because they really did pull it out the bag. So very lucky girl.
And shout out to your nan, who
Oh,
apparently
yeah.
gets younger every time I see her. Like, I don't think I've seen her in years. I'm like, why does she look younger than last time? Is she on the tropic, Elle, or what?
Well, that's her little secret. No, yeah, we call her Glamour because she's
She
just
100%
so
is.
glamorous. Like, you're right, she was on the dance floor giving it a little boogie, you know, cutting some shapes. So, no, she's amazing and she's great fun. And actually, we're lucky that the tequila rosé didn't come out because let me tell you, she could iron out a whole bottle with the
Blimey.
statement of it just tastes like strawberry milkshake. So
Love
we've had
that.
some fun family like gatherings over the years where she's just been back in the tequila rosé. So yeah, we had to keep her away from that because God knows she'll end up breakdancing or something.
Well, I'm glad I didn't miss that.
Oh God. And you went to the spa this weekend, didn't you? So
Oh, I've
jealous.
had literally the most amazing weekend.
Have
Like,
you? Oh, I love
courtesy
that.
of my amazing friend who they own the spa. So we had an
Oh,
amazing time, and I didn't realise how much I needed it. Like, I actually had quite a good week last week. But normally I am very stressed and I hold it all in my shoulders, and
mm,
I've been getting pain down the side of my face where I hold stress in my jaw. So I like
jaw.
wake up feeling like I've got a headache because I'm just while I'm asleep. And
Yeah.
I had a back massage, I had a neck and scalp reliever, I think they called it.
Oh,
And
nice.
I also braved the cryo chamber.
Oh, is this the cold, like where you get in and it's frozen?
Yes.
Okay, how was it? Tell me.
So I'm always cold. I'm always moaning
Same.
that I'm cold. I am a cold human. And I was like, are you joking? Like, this isn't a bit of me. My friend
Yeah.
was like, do it. I promise it's so worth it. And oh my God, it is. It's weird. Like, well, you go in one little room and it's -30, and you're obviously just wearing your swimming costume, but you do have like a thing to protect your face so you're not breathing in the cold, and covers your ears, and then gloves, and then some shoes. But ultimately, you're in -30 for a minute, and then you go into another little bit, which is like -160 for 3 minutes.
Oh
And I
my
was like
God.
this out the window to my friend. But I was like, oh, looking at the time, but you get to play whatever music you want. So I was just trying to like pass the time. And then actually I got out and I wasn't rushing to put my dressing gown on, and I felt amazing afterwards, like totally invigorating. And when you look at
Really?
the benefits of those things,
Mm.
I mean, I should probably be doing one like once a week.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of good things about them actually, but I'm the same as you. When I went to Iceland, they went to like the lagoon thing, and they also had something similar, like an ice room, and then they also had like the plunge pools.
Did you get
No,
in?
no, because I
Because
was
you was
just
ill?
well, yes, because I was ill and was my excuse. But no, I just felt like, oh my God, I hate being cold and I'm in a freezing cold country and I don't think I can do that. But there were so many people. Some man literally just walked in like that, just cool as a cucumber into this freezing plunge pool. And I was like, what is going on? But
Yeah.
no, I've heard that they have amazing benefits. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll just have to put my big girl pants on and go and get cold.
I can't believe I did it, but yeah, it was good, and I'd do it again. And if I'm saying that, that says something. Like,
Yeah.
I love
No,
the
that
hot
gives
and
me
the
hope.
sun. So, how was Iceland? And did you feel like I did with Lapland? Did you feel like your skin needed like the extra hydration and like the elixir to protect it and all that?
Yes. So I obviously didn't know that I was going to Iceland. So I was so unprepared. Literally on my birthday, I'm like trying to find every warm bit of clothing that I've got, piling it into a suitcase. But then I got there and it is the most beautiful place I've ever been to, I think.
Isn't it weird getting on a plane with a coat on?
So weird. Um, but it was like a trip of a lifetime. I saw the whales in the ocean. I actually cried at that part because I was like, "Oh
Did
my God."
you?
And then we saw the Northern Lights. But
Which
I
is
didn't
really lucky
know.
because not a lot of people do.
Yeah, but I didn't know, and I don't think a lot of people know. You can't actually see them with a human eye. So, like, it's
No, you do it
impossible
through
for
your
you to
phone, don't
through your
you?
phone, yeah. So everyone's like this, like up at the sky with their phone, like looking for it. And to be fair, we saw them on both nights, and it was cold, but it was worth it. But then once you've seen them, like you've seen them, we was on this coach trip for like 5 hours, and Ryan literally looked like he wanted to kill me because he'd had enough. He was like, "Oh yeah, great, like green lights in the sky." I had his photo and was freezing, but my skin, yeah, I actually remember the conversation we had about you going to Lapland and the elixir, and I had literally, I took basically my whole hydration,
Everything.
nourish range from my skincare. And no, I didn't wear any makeup apart from in the evenings. And when I went out, yeah, I put my elixir oil over just to stop, because the wind, especially when I was on the boat
Mm.
on the whale watching tour, oh my God. I mean, I had like 3 hoods up, had a fleece like this on my face, like, but then I do, and don't get me wrong, my skin still felt like it wasn't sore, but I was like, "Oh my God, you just did windburn, isn't
Mm.
it?" Like, no
Yeah.
matter how amount of product you put on, you're gonna. It's just the harsh environment. But the tropic stuff definitely helped, and I was just making sure that I actually took the Renew cleanser because I wanted that oily, balmy like
Mm.
protection.
Good idea.
Um, so yeah, it was a lifesaver really with that because at least my skin still felt nice, and where I wasn't wearing makeup, because I just thought, I've got hoods on, hats on, there's no point me wearing makeup because it's all going to
You
come
got
off,
like this
and
much of your face out.
literally, and I had my big mob wife like sunnies on anyways. I was like, right, it's fine, it's no makeup. But no, yeah, just the elixir, the lip love on my lips, right? That absolutely was a game changer, because I just put it in my little like over body bag, and I would just apply it. But obviously, you'd have to keep reapplying it all the time. So didn't mean I would take my gloves off and do it. Like, I just would apply it maybe like twice while we was out during the day. So that was amazing. And
Speaking of
really
lip love,
works.
I
Yeah,
always
go on.
keep one in the car because I always just need something around. And I have my car so hot. Like Dan thinks my car's like a sauna. Like I literally have the heating on full blast. I have the seats on, everything. Like
Yeah.
I'm just always cold. And my lip love actually melted in the thing.
Oh, sad
I was like
times.
trying to mold it back together. I was like, no.
That's what I do. And it gets to the very, very end, I'm like trying to scoop it out with my nail,
Yeah.
just like, I mean, they're cheap as chips. They're £4, which I think is like a crazy price for how good it is. But yeah, I always want to use like the end of it. So I could totally relate to that.
So just quickly before we
Yeah,
move
go on.
on, so was the trip on your bucket list? Did Ryan know that you wanted to go, or was this completely just his idea?
So, it wasn't a place that I had really like thought in my brain, oh yeah, I want to go to. But apparently him and my mum had been chatting or whatever. He wanted to take me to Dubai. And my mum said that she thinks Iceland would be amazing. We've been to Dubai before. We can go to Dubai again. I mean, maybe not, considering what's going on at the minute, but hey ho. And yeah, so he actually booked Iceland instead. You do have to remortgage, by the way, because it's extortionate. I
I
mean,
bet.
absolute
I bet.
extortion. And we went over Valentine's weekend, which probably put the prices up like even more. But if it's not on your bucket list, it should be, because it's just amazing. The people, the country, the wildlife, like just everything was incredible. And it really will be like something that I remember. I went there for my 30th because, yeah, I
Yeah.
was lucky and I got to see lots of things. I didn't get to do the Golden Circle, which is basically like all of the waterfalls, the volcanoes, and all of that. Number one, because there was no way I could have been out kind of in the whatever wilderness or whatever you want to call it for the whole day. I was too sick for that. I was too poorly. And second of all, just the timings, because it is a whole day thing and we really wanted to do other bits and bobs. It just didn't fit in. Um,
Mm.
but that also looked like incredible from the pictures and people that I've spoken to. So yeah, it wasn't a bucket list for me, but it was incredible. Yeah, feel super lucky
Well,
to have
you both
experienced it.
work like dogs and 100% deserve it. So I hope
Thank
you
you.
did have the best time.
Thank you. Yeah, and he got lots of brownie points for it being over Valentine's Day. And I didn't get a card. I just wanna no, I didn't. I took a Valentine's card all the way to Iceland for him. And I
Oh,
and he said, "Yeah, but we're in Iceland." And I
if you
thought,
was hot on this
"Oh."
for the party.
I know, forgot. But yeah, no, it was amazing. Thank you for asking.
So we were talking last time about Valentine's, weren't we? And whether we
Yeah,
celebrate it or not.
yeah. What
Obviously,
what went down with you? Actually, I
we
think I saw a little dinner date.
dinner. Oh, we went out with friends. Yeah, we went out with
Mm.
friends, and I think I got a present about a week later, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh no.
Dan doesn't listen to these, it's fine. But on that, so Mother's Day's coming.
I
We do
know.
celebrate that, obvs.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad that it gets
What
you
are you doing for your lovely mum this Mother's Day? Because she deserves it.
nothing, because she's not in the country.
She's not here, is she?
She's abandoned
Oh,
her only child and she's
that's
off on a
just
holiday. I mean, it's just rude.
disgusting behaviour. I
It's
mean, your
so
mum does
rude.
not deserve a holiday.
I know. How dare she?
Jokes, jokes. You know I love you.
No, she's actually off to Thailand
Is that today?
today. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, today.
Yeah, today.
So she flies there today for 2 weeks, I want to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, she's not here, but I probably will do something with her when she gets back. Don't know what yet.
Well,
Depends
it would be
if she
handy
can fit
if
me into her busy schedule.
it'd be handy if my mum was going away because was thinking for ages about what to get my mum and I could not decide. And
Yeah.
then, due to recent events that obviously that happened, I
Mm,
found something really lovely that I thought would be a really good present.
yeah.
And I got an email. It's not being delivered till the 25th.
I mean, this is just not what we need. Why does this stuff happen to us?
But luckily, I have one of these for her
Oh, love it.
just to fill in while the other one's coming.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's perfect. I actually, one of my customers ordered one of those and I actually got myself one because I was like, I need this back for my bath basically because it's just like an amazing scent. And I had a bath last night with that in it. Oh my God, brilliant night's sleep.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What are you doing for Mother's Day? Or do you get surprised or like what's the motive your
Do you
end?
know what? I don't actually know. I think Dan's taking his mum out in the morning, and then we'll do something in the afternoon. I usually see my nan as well.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know. I actually was thinking this morning I need to ring my mum and see what we're doing on Sunday because I don't know.
Love it. Ever so prepared, Danny.
Literally. I
No,
think
but that's
because
nice.
my kids are at that age when they have been for a while where like I can't be bothered to go out for dinner because it's spending loads of money. They don't really want
Yeah.
to eat it or they don't eat it and it's just a waste and they get bored sitting there and then so no,
Yeah.
we tend to like go around my mum's or something and have like an afternoon tea or something. So I'm
Yeah,
sure something's
nice.
happening. But yeah, I better ring her on that actually after.
Put it on your list.
Yeah.
Oh God. But no, speaking of Mother's Day and women and all of that jazz, yesterday was actually International Women's Day.
Yes.
And I always love International Women's Day because I just think it's like an excuse to give ourselves a little tap on the back,
Who runs
everyone
the
hypes you
world?
girls, exactly. And I actually saw a quote yesterday that was like, none of you would be here if it wasn't for us. You're welcome. I
So
couldn't have put it
true.
better myself. Like, it's so
So
true.
true.
So that really tickled me. But
It's
no,
like those
I
reels though that you see on Instagram that say if you think you're having a bad day, just think no one in your house would eat, have food in the fridge, clean washing or whatever unless it was for you. And I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
preach, preach. No, it's so true. And it got me thinking actually without even realizing at the time, but obviously Tropic is female founded, it's all about empowerment of women. It's about that community. I actually watched, because I haven't had a chance yet, I actually watched the first episode of Dragon's Den that Susie was on last night. And she said, she's built a community. Like her whole ethos is that, the women that are spreading the word and, really help to uplift it, helping uplift each other. And yeah, I just actually felt really proud to, first of all, be a woman. Number two, come from a family of really strong, women
Oh, you
who we
do.
like
Yes, you
a
do.
pack. And thirdly, to actually have something where I now, it's not just skincare, but it is about, the community and women and feeling uplifted and building confidence. And you have built an amazing team with our kind of group. And what are your thoughts on how, Tropic has helped to kind of inspire and empower you and the people below you?
But actually,
Not below you as in below you, but
yeah,
you know
I
what I
know what you
mean.
mean. Brilliant. So I was thinking about this because when I first started Tropic, I spoke a lot about what Tropic do, not just for me, but like for people around women, especially around the globe. And I
Yeah.
had to refresh myself on what it is exactly who we support, because yeah, 100%, I love our team. I think everyone's really supportive. You know, nothing's ever too much. We do what we want to do when we want to do it, and we're very much women that all do our topic around our lives. And I
Yeah.
think that to me is empowering, because
Mm,
if you love something, you make time for it, and that's what we all do, isn't it?
yeah.
But Tropic as a brand for affects body, women around the globe, we support quite a few charities actually,
Mm.
and I had to look into it, and I wrote some notes because my memory is shot to bits at the moment. But we actually donate to the King's Trust, so women supporting women. So they help young women facing difficult circumstances. So this is obviously in Britain. We provide training and mentoring and employment opportunities as well for women, and we support women in their careers and starting out new businesses. That one's a fairly new one. The
Is
two
that
that we
the formerly the Prince's Trust that now is
Yes.
converted to the King's Trust? Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Amazing.
yeah. But the two that we've been from the start is United World Schools and the Winnie Mambasso Foundation. And actually, both of them, a lot of the time, attend our Glammys event in September, which is super empowering. It's
Yeah.
just a
I'm
room full
excited
of
for
like
that this year.
yeah, I can't wait for you to come. It's a room of like 4,000 women. I think maybe we have about 5 male ambassadors, and I think they love the room of women.
Yeah.
But it's such an empowering day event, and they often come along to talk to us about their charities and what we've done for them. So United World Schools especially is a charity close to Tropic's heart from day one. They focus on education for children in remote communities with a huge impact on girls. So to date, this is stats obviously up to about as close as I could get. We funded 6.8 million days of school education. And that's because we've built 4 schools in Cambodia, Madagascar, and Nepal. I was actually in a draw once
I
because
think
I'd
we've
reached
actually
an
built 5 now. I think
no, so
we've
the fifth one's being built.
or it's
So
being
that
built.
that was on my notes too.
Right.
Yeah. But I was actually in a draw once to potentially go to Madagascar for that school opening, and
Wow.
they actually say they send you a form to say like, you know, you're in the draw, but do you actually want it? Because it is sleeping on the floor, sleeping outside, peeing in a hole, like living how they live. And I literally denied, and I thought I can't say no to this because it's
Yeah.
something truly special. I didn't get picked because there was quite a few of us in the draw, but yeah, we help girls across the world access education to avoid things like child marriage, which I
Yeah.
think is super important. So a lot of those girls that we fund education to, if they didn't get that education, they would be at risk of those sorts of things. And in 2025, we raised more money to build the 5th school, which I believe is in Nepal as well, but I
Yeah.
could have that wrong.
I think it is. Yeah. I
Did
read
you
that.
say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the Winnie Mambasso Foundation actually ties in with that, and it's a charity in South Africa that supports women, girls, and also grannies. So it's actually that those grannies actually come, and they like to be called that. They come to our Glammys events, and they're such amazing ladies. Like they make all their own outfits, like
I
they
can
look
imagine. Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, but that one is especially for those affected by HIV, because obviously in those
Okay.
countries that
Mm.
is still rife. And we support through healthcare, education, and essential resources that they might need, and just for a better quality of life, really. But since 2017, we've raised more than £380,000 for a safe house that we have in Winnie Mambasso.
Yeah.
And then we help those in that safe house as well to give those a forever home that have outgrown orphanages as well, because obviously they get to a certain age and then they have to
Yeah.
go. So we support those, and we support mums and the grandmas who have lost family through HIV in those countries as well. So I just love that at Tropic we donate 10% of all our profits to all
Yeah.
these charities for good causes. So every order that everybody makes, it makes me a bit
Makes
emotional
sense.
actually.
Yeah.
It helps to support people and protect women around the world.
Well done, 'cause you're gonna make me cry now.
I that's what I mostly love
But
about Tropic, is that it's such a bigger picture.
it is, and I just think that also the same as you, I love that those women who, that when you shop with a brand, you don't expect, or you don't expect your money to go so far and to make such a difference. But I think the most incredible thing about Susie is she makes sure that it does. And I am going to swear, she gets shit done. Like
Yeah.
she gets it done. She has built all them schools. The customers have helped fund all of those millions of school days, and there are women and girls, and other children, of course, who have benefited from that. And I just think that it's so important, especially on days like International Women's Day, that we, of course, we recognise those women who have, been so successful and who are, inspirational. But it's also really important to shine the light on those disadvantaged women and the women who face oppression and who don't have a voice. And without turning this into a political debate or like podcast segment, at the moment, especially, the world is very dark and women don't have a voice. They don't have access to education. They don't have human rights. They are subject to the most awful crimes and abuse, and we are their voice, we are their hope, we are women, we are all one. And just because one lives in, a war-torn country or or comes from a disadvantaged background, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't have access to freedom. Like it's freedom, it's not even a luxury, it's just a voice and their dignity at the end of the day. And the same goes for women in this country who might suffer from domestic abuse or who might come from disadvantaged backgrounds. I just think where you can make a difference, like if it's buying Tropic, and if you know that via the King's Trust or via the schools being built, for me, I would buy Tropic time and time over, because I know that my money is going where the founder and the company says it is.
Mm.
And that's just something that I'm so passionate about, as you are, Danny, I know. And we are trying to help in the world and make good. So the reason we're so passionate about it and the reason we kind of push it is, yes, it's great skincare. Of course it is, we love it and it's got amazing results, but there is also a story behind it. And I think that that's really important. And if we can raise the right awareness for that, hopefully it will encourage people to, contribute just a little bit by,
Well, yeah,
buying
because
the
I think there's
products.
people out there that just, cleanse their face with smoothing cleanser and they don't think anything of it, which is
Yeah.
fine. And then there's others who do want to use it as well for that reason, that they're
Mm.
contributing to the world. But I think for us as ambassadors, it's nice to know, well, it's amazing to know that we're helping that as well. Every time we talk about it, every time we show it, every time it comes out of your handbag and you apply it to your lips, we're
Yeah.
promoting that all the time. And I enjoy it and I feel good that I help that.
Yeah, 100%. And I just think that, like you said, if we can raise the awareness, build the hype, and just, make others feel good and give others opportunity, we're all part of the change. And I think
Mm.
Susie's really good at like including everyone
Yeah.
for that movement. So
Mm.
yes, International Women's Day is a good one all round, I hope.
Yeah.
Now, something that's a little bit crap for women is reproductive conditions. So this month is actually endometriosis month as well, and I suffer with endometriosis. It's the whole reason that I started Tropic. That was my why, because I wanted something more natural. I wanted to start being kinder to my body, and I really wanted to use this time to highlight the condition, to maybe help someone, and to just share some advice and information that I have. So, for those of you that don't know what endometriosis is, it's a chronic inflammatory disease. Basically, there is no cure, and 1 in 10 women will suffer with it. So, someone
Wow,
that
that's really high.
yeah, so someone that whether you know it or not, or whether they know it or not at the moment, um, is suffering with endometriosis, and it can take on average 9.5 years to be diagnosed with the condition.
Was
Um,
yours that long?
Mine, I only got diagnosed in 2023, and I started my periods when I was 7.
Really? Did you?
Yeah. So, mine, and I had always suffered. I'd suffered with a lot of things. So basically, I always suffered with bad tummy. I always suffered with really bad hormones, so hormone imbalance, my mood, whether that be when I was a teenager or whether it be in older years. I would always suffer with things like leg pain, back pain, pelvis pain, extremely heavy periods, extreme fatigue, just a lot constantly. And obviously my mum took me to the doctors, and at the time and all of them years ago, endometriosis wasn't, there's still hardly any research or kind of uh, education about it. But obviously back then it was a lot worse. There was little to none. And so I was basically told that I probably had IBS, which explained the tummy ache. I was told that I've basically just got bad periods and to just deal with it. Then when I was a teenager, so around 16 or 17, I was advised to go onto the contraceptive pill, which I did for that primarily. And then I was on that for 10 years. Now, throughout that time, I remember being in an airport once, and I was doubled over in pain. And my mum was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I said, "I can't move. I can't move," because I was just like, my whole pelvis and abdominal area was like so cramped, swollen and tender. I couldn't move my legs because of the pain.
Wow.
Anyway, a few episodes like that happened. Like I say, my periods were extremely heavy. I was debilitated, like I couldn't do anything. I literally was bedridden. Um, and it got to a stage where I just said to my mum, "I can't go on like this. Like, there has to be something. Like, there has to be something." And I came off of the contraceptive pill to see if that would help. And basically things got 100 times worse. So what had happened is, over the time, the hormones that the kind of pill, I guess, were like suppressing, they were still there, but all of the time the endometriosis was growing and the tissue was growing. Um, Cut long story short, got diagnosed, had a laparoscopy, which is a keyhole surgery. They go in three places minimum in your stomach, and they, in essence, burn away the endometriosis. Now, that doesn't mean that you're cured. I
No.
had mine burnt away in 2023, I think it was, and by the middle of last year it had grown back, and I've now got it. Comes in 4 grades: grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 being the worst. I was at about 1 or 2 in 2023. I'm now at 4. um
Wow.
so just because I've had it burnt away, it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm clear of it. And it
Yeah.
also doesn't mean that it's just on your female organs. So mine is now placed by my bowel. And the reason I've always had bad tummy is because of the endometriosis. It was never
Right.
IBS. It was never that. It was the endometriosis. Now, it's kind of diseased tissue that your body's constantly fighting. So, your body is constantly like in a state of fight or flight. So your immune system can be lower. You can have leg pain. You can have urinary issues. Can't say that properly, sorry. I have the most extreme bloating, and not just on my period, like all the way through. And
That was gonna
I'm
be my next question. Does
mm,
it affect your periods?
yeah, so I have extremely heavy periods. I have excruciating bloating. I basically have to stay in bed. I have to cancel plans. My mood can sometimes be like, I can kind of have almost like depressive episodes, because my hormones are so, and with endometriosis, your hormones are so disruptive and up and down, that one minute you can be like, manic, and then the next minute you're literally like rock bottom. Um, and I've suffered with a lot of that all round, and sometimes for no reason. I'm like, "Why am I so depressed? Like, I don't understand, like, nothing
Yeah.
in my life is going," but you can't help it. It's just the chemicals in your body and your brain. Um,
Mm,
and it can also affect, fertility, and a couple of years ago, I actually just had some, like, normal, sort of checks, I suppose, and part of that, I decided that I wanted to check my fertility levels. Now, you can get it done, privately. I went private, and got my AMH levels, which is, basically your how many eggs you have, and how
yeah.
mature they are, and so I had that, and mine are actually a lot lower than they should be for my age. So that really, although that was really kind of sad, and I was like, "Oh my God, panic mode," actually allowed me to then research, educate myself, speak to a specialist. And, there isn't any panic, but it just gives me more understanding of like what maybe I might need to do
What
more
it's
than
going to look
someone.
like.
Yeah, and more of a plan. That being said, obviously not everyone's fertility is affected, and everyone's journey and um, experience with endometriosis is totally different. I would probably consider myself one of the lucky ones, because I know that there are cases of women and girls who are just, I was fortunate enough to access private healthcare through my full-time job. Um, but NHS waiting lists are like up to 2 years, just for some surgery. And even though you have surgery, like I say, it doesn't like, and sometimes it's too late. Sometimes the tissue, which is basically it's similar to the lining of your womb, but it grows outside of the womb, and therefore then attaches and just causes all of these disruptive, life-changing, debilitating outcomes, which is really sad. But I actually feel good that I speak about it now, because at first I was really embarrassed. Um, and I think a lot of women are, because you feel like you're being dramatic. You feel like people will be like, "Oh, it's just a period," and
Mm.
you do get that, "Oh, she's flaked on plans again," or "Oh, she's so moody," or you do get that judgment. And for people that don't know, you never know what is going on, with someone. And that's why I'm such a advocate for just being kind and just to support people, and, just to be there. And if you are a friend or family member of someone who suffers with, endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, PMDD, they're all really severe conditions, then just be there, just support them, you know, understand, and just help them to raise awareness as well. Um, because it's still a condition, or their conditions, the three that I just mentioned, that need more awareness. There's loads of things going through Parliament at the moment. Yeah, it's an absolute minefield. I could do a whole episode on just this. But there are obviously charities. Endometriosis UK is one of the biggest UK charities raising awareness. So if you do think that either you're suffering with some symptoms that you suspect are endo, then head over there. They've got so much advice. Or you can reach out to me personally. Obviously, I'm not a doctor and I can only speak from my personal experience, but I'm more than happy to recommend people and therapists and alternative therapies that I've tried and really loved. So yes, that's my little
You-
segment on that.
You've educated me quite a lot in the last 10 minutes just on
Oh, good.
that. Mm, so what does an average week look like for you? And after 52 weeks a year, how much does it affect your life?
I would probably say it, I mean, it affects my life every day. So I might not know one day what I'm going to wake up and how I'm going to feel and how my body's going to be. So it's not just the week that I'm on my period. I say that I only have one good week a month, which will be between, because, ovulation, if you're lucky enough to ovulate, if you've got endo, then that can be really painful. Mine feels like Velcro being ripped from my inside, or I wake up and I'm severely bloated, or one day I feel really sick and then I have really bad bowel movements. And it's just a constant wave. One day I might have so much energy and the next day I am done. And it doesn't matter if I've had a good night's sleep, if I'm sitting on the sofa doing nothing. It's just it's like you're zapped of energy. And I try and explain it to people like Ryan and like my mum and stuff. And I said, I just feel like a zombie sometimes.
Mm.
Because you get brain fog. You get, like I say, the sorry, brain fog. Can't remember what I'm gonna say. No, yeah,
I
you're
get that
tired,
too.
your exhaustion. Yeah, it's a lot. And you do have to kind of just learn to live with it, because without sounding too deep, I did sit there a couple of months ago and I was weighing up whether I should have another surgery or not at the moment. And I was like, this is actually my life now. This is my life forever. There's no there's no escape from this. Like, I have to just deal with it. Like, and it's
Just from that
horrific.
sentence alone, got them why there isn't more resources put into it. There isn't an answer.
Yeah. And this is what, we are kind of uh, people with endometriosis. Sometimes you'll hear them being referred to as like endo warriors.
I was
Um,
just thinking that. I know someone else who has it, and I think her handle on social media is Endo Warrior.
yeah. And I think those people are absolutely amazing, who are driving for change. And there have been some breakthroughs, there have been some changes in terms of diagnosis, and there has been a limelight shone on this. And I was in two minds before about what I wanted to do to help raise awareness. And yeah, what I would say, which really, again, I'm going to swear, sorry, pisses me off, is people in
It's not
the
even a swear word to me.
oh, okay, fine. Well, pisses me off with a capital P then, is people in the limelight and who are celebrities or whatever,
Mm.
and they have all these conditions and they're doing this. And there are a few, of course, that raise awareness, and they genuinely do, but there's also some that have definitely done it for the following and to say, oh yeah, and then boom, everyone following. And if you look, they've done absolutely nothing to help educate, to help change. They might have a charity assigned to their name or vice versa. What are they do? They're doing nothing. And that really upsets me, because I think it's being used more as a trend than an actual serious issue. And full disclosure, a year ago, I really wanted to do a podcast about endometriosis, and it's still definitely something in the background that I wanted to do. And I actually reached out to a lot of people, some in the public eye, some people just that I know and in professional. And funnily enough, the one person or the one person's agent that actually did respond to me, she is basically like, she appeared on Married at First Sight. And in the grand scheme of things, she's super humble, she's so lovely, and her agent was the only one that replied to me. And then you have other people who was she was lovely, really kind, and great response, but the others don't even get a response. And it's just like, is your client like, does your client suffer with this? Are they advocate for this? What, am I not paying them enough money? Like, I don't know. It's just a
Mm.
real tricky one. But for anyone that is suffering with endometriosis, then listen, I hear you. I get the struggle, and I just hope that one day, there is something that actually can help to reduce this or help identify it earlier, so not as many women are suffering with this awful disease and condition.
Yeah, I agree.
So
We can
yes,
talk about this again, definitely.
yeah, I think
Def-
it's
More
important
people need
to
to know.
yeah, it's important to educate, I think. But I'm also someone that's like, oh, I don't want to get my little violin out and be like, poor little me. But I feel like, because there's so many other people that experience it, I feel like if my story can help someone else, then I'll talk to the cows come home.
Yeah.
I actually went on a course this week and there was micellar water on the trolley, and I know, and I was like, oh my God. And I sent you a photo, didn't I?
Yeah, is that where
But
that
then I couldn't
was?
really, yeah, but then I couldn't really talk, obviously, because I was there. And I was like, oh my God, because literally the day before, I think it was, you had put out this post about micellar water. I mean, I've never used it personally, but I know people and friends that do. Um,
Yeah.
so tell me everything that I need to know and that people need to know to not use things like that, and any other myths that you have.
Well, I think it came about because I've got quite a few customers and people that have come to me and gone, oh, so what should I use? Blah blah. And smoothing cleanser, but takes your makeup off. And they go, oh no, I saw it. I use micellar water to take my makeup off, and I'm like,
Shut up.
throw that in the bin, hun, because you can use your smoothing cleanser for
Get
that.
in the
Like,
bin.
why have another step when you can just use your smoothing cleanser to rub all in your eyes, everything, get it all off, done? Like,
Yeah.
who's got time for another step?
Hmm.
So it got me to thinking, why do people love using this stuff? Like, I've never used it, but I think my mum's used it in the past, and I know other people that have used it. And I do think it genuinely looks like an innocent little bottle of water sitting on the side. Like, and people go, oh, yes, that's what I need because it's just water. And I'm like, okay, I need to look into this. So I did quite a long time ago, and I actually posted it before, but I rejig things around and I hear other things, so I add to them. So I posted it again. But micellar water is actually oil and water, because if you
Oh,
think about it, water
they don't
alone
mix, do they?
can't. No, well, water alone can't remove your makeup, obviously, as we know, but it's the oil in that water and obviously all the other crap inside there that lifts the makeup away. But essentially, when you've lifted the makeup away, it's still leaving that product onto your skin because it's got the oil in there. So unless you're using a cleanser to remove that oil, if you're just using micellar water to take your makeup off and then chucking a bit of moisturizer on afterwards, it's essentially like when you wash your face, say you and I with smoothing cleanser, and you rinse your bamboo cotton and all the crap in the sink, all your makeup, all the dirt from the day,
Mm.
it's basically like leaving all that on your face.
Ugh.
It's gross. And really, when you dive into it, right, there's a big ingredient in micellar water, and in a lot of the ones on the market, you'd have to check 'cause I can't quote which ones do and which ones don't. But they have an ingredient in there called glycol, if I'm saying it right. And glycol is actually used to make things like coolant that you put in your car. So it's going
Yeah.
back to all that petrochemical stuff
Minging.
again, like, where they just use whatever cheap stuff they can.
Mm.
And yes, to you, it's looking like it's doing the job and it's taking the makeup off. Really, it's leaving behind so much worse. You may as well go to bed with your makeup on. It'd be better for you.
Yeah.
And you
Oh
know how I
God.
feel about that.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's
yeah,
quite concerning actually. And especially as the course that I went on was to do with skincare and was actually educating people on certain things, and I was just sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to like get up and take the mic and be like,
so
listen, Linda,
listen here, hon.
scrap this
So,
stuff. Get
so
yourself some
what?
Tropic.
What was their purpose for having it sitting there? Did they want you to use it?
Yeah, so they was trying to basically teach people how to like remove makeup, how to exfoliate your skin. And by the way, the things that they were using to exfoliate, I mean, number one, just so fiddly, stupid, and the fact that they even got on the market is beyond me. But anyway,
Yeah.
one thing got tested on me and absolutely burnt my face off. Like I
Oh
was like,
my
oh my God,
God.
needed to like rinse it. Um yeah, wild, like, and just, I mean, the majority of the information obviously was correct, like the theory of skincare and what certain ingredients can do and blah, blah,
Yeah.
but the emphasis was very much on those like harsh chemical, beauty products and the fragrances and this, that, and the other. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, oh my God, it's probably like a bit annoying that I knew so much about the natural side of it and um, the harm or the gross
Yeah.
stuff about
Did
certain
you have
things
to
because
practice on each other?
Yeah, so we practiced on each other. We was like doing the facials and stuff, and like the techniques. And I actually did educate the two girls who were lovely there, doing the course with me about Vaseline, and they were like, "Oh," and I was like, "Girls, honestly," and they was like, "Oh."
Blech.
Um, so yeah, no, it was good, like overall, but yeah, I was just absolutely shocked at what was being used on our faces, to be honest.
Honestly,
And
when I
that's
go
not
to
even
any,
me being a snob, but it was just like
no,
this
you
cheap,
just know better.
nasty, horrible stuff. And I was just like, oh God, this is where the standard is. Like, this is entry
Mm.
level to skincare or aesthetics or whatever it is, like on these courses. And I'm just like, this is wild to me. Like, it should be more than here's a cheap product, or obviously they don't say it's cheap, but here's this product. This is what you shouldn't. The cleanser, right? This will make you die. You put the cleanser on your face, dry like clay. She was like, you just have to keep adding a bit more water to it and it will, like, but I was basically like cupping the water and throwing it on this girl's face. And I was like, this is not what a cleanser should do. Like, this is
No.
crazy. So yeah, I mean, obviously I was lucky enough, like I say, to have the knowledge and stuff from Tropic, but these other girls, this is like the first time that they've dived into this sort of stuff. And I was
Elle, why
thinking,
are they not on the
oh,
team? Did you not tell
oh,
them?
no, I have told them. I have. And one of them, I think one of them, to be fair, she already had like a avenue that she wanted to go down, and that was totally fair enough. The other girl who was lovely, I got on really well with her too. She is just kind of reviewing her options, and but no, I gave them all a brochure. I gave the teacher a brochure because I was ballsy like that. I was like, here you go.
Go on, girl.
Marched in like a little tropic nerd.
Because let's
Um,
be honest, it's not that I think or we think that Tropic is the only stuff you should be
no, not
using,
at
but there
all.
is so much on the market that you should
Should not
definitely
be
not be
using.
using.
Exactly that, exactly. Yeah, it was just a massive eye opener for me, to be honest.
Mm.
But then it got me thinking, are there other things that I don't know about? Like, can Danny educate me more? Like, are there more myths or like more facts, or like, are there any like about normal
Oh,
day-to-day skincare? Talk
do you
to
know
me.
what? I was going to talk about this on a podcast. I didn't know which one we'd have time for,
Oh
but
yeah.
let's open that can. So,
Yeah, go for it.
skincare myths everywhere. I feel like it's something we need to address because if it's not someone saying it or on a course like that saying it or on the internet, there is so many. But I've just picked out a few of like I think like the top ones.
Yeah.
So number one is when people say, "Oh, it's not sunny. I don't need to wear SPF." Listen,
UV rays, honey.
someone said to me this morning, did you see on the group chat, do I get ID for
Oh,
alcohol?
yeah, I
Because
did.
I'm around my eyes.
Yeah.
Looks like I should. I do. I do get ID for alcohol. And
You go,
it's
girl.
annoying at 37 when I haven't got my ID, but I use SPF as well as all the other collagen boosting
Yeah.
stuff I tell you a lot about. Like, it is so important. And damage is the biggest wrinkle bringer on that you could ever
Sorry,
think
that's one
of.
for the dictionary. Bring her honor.
Bringer
Love
on.
that. The word of the day.
Honestly, when my mind goes on overdrive, like I can't, I've got no words. But the UV rays still come through the clouds. In a country like ours, 365 days of the year, you are at risk of
Mm,
UV damage. Whether you are in the car or you're sitting near the window, or whether you're out in the blazing sun, or whether it's pissing down with rain, you are at risk of UV damage.
yeah.
The only countries that probably aren't is maybe Iceland, where it's not
Well,
light.
I don't know though. You say that, but when you are kind of the sunrise, it is so bright. And I used SPF when I went on the boat because it was sunrise, and obviously there's like no clouds at certain times. Obviously, other times it's like darkness. And I was like, get that on my face, like.
Yeah, but like I mean, Lapland, I think it was only light for 4 hours a
Oh
day.
yeah, fair.
Is it like that there?
At certain times of the year, but where we were, it was like
Right.
actually majority of the day was light. Yeah.
Yeah. But like here in this country, you are at risk of
Yeah,
that. And when people come at me with, can I get a youth potion? Can I get a skin drain? But then they don't use any SPF. I'm like, what is the point? Because
yeah.
your skin is just battling the elements and you're not doing anything to help it, which is another thing that I was going to say. The
Sorry.
difference between, go on.
I was going to say, if anyone's ever wants to check the UV on the like for the day, just go onto
Yes.
your phone on the weather and go on the drop down, and you can click UV index, and it will tell you the time of the day where the UVs are higher. So obviously this afternoon it's been a little bit sunny, and it will tell you. So if ever in doubt, use your phone.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Because I was going to say, there's a difference. So people say to me, "What's the difference between UVA and UVB?"
Yeah,
So they're both like aging rays, but UVA penetrates deeper into the skin and is mainly responsible for wrinkles, loss of firmness, and for pigmentation on your face. UVB is burning rays. So UVB would be what you get when you sit out in the sun too long and you get burnt. So those affect the top layer of the skin and they cause sunburn. But the UVA comes through the clouds, causes the wrinkles, and you get both on a really hot sunny day. So
yeah,
it's important to just get into the habit of just putting your SPF a lot of just putting SPF on every single morning, whether you're using sun day or skin shade or CC cream, just have something on.
sun protection. Yeah,
Yeah. The other
and
one,
go on,
which I want to know whether your mum's ever said this to you,
go on,
is toner.
go on. What?
So my mum goes, "Oh, I don't need the toner. I've not used toner for years." And I'm like, "What?" And she still doesn't. She still doesn't. I mean, I know mother
What a
knows
sin.
best, but come on. Like toner is an age-old myth, I reckon, from the good sort of maybe 80s, 90s, 2000s. They were mainly alcohol based. So you'd
Yes.
scratch that pad round your face and it would sting like a bitch. And
Well,
people would use it to remove the last of their makeup, which,
I
God,
used to have
no,
that
makeup's
Clinique
got to
one,
be
two,
gone way
three
before that.
like thing, where it was like the 1, 2, 3 step. That was it, the cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and it absolutely did burn my face. The toner, and I stopped using it because obviously it was too harsh for my skin at that age, I suppose. But can
Yeah.
totally relate to that.
But toner, like modern toners, aren't alcohol based. Ours
No.
are all pH based. Ours
Yeah.
has got aloe vera in it. And what they do is they act like a vehicle. So it's like a little car that will take that toner deep into your skin and then it helps other products go further into the skin. So, if you're using your rainforest dew afterwards, it's going to help with extra added hydration. If you're using your youth potion, it's going to help the collagen boost faster. It really is that second step that you should not miss. And the fact that one of our toners is a quick spray, you have no excuse not to do it. And that is my myth number 2. Do not skip toner because it's not going to sting your face
Yeah.
anymore.
No, and it really doesn't. Even so, the morning mist or the juicy greens, that doesn't sting. Obviously, juicy greens is a bit more exfoliating, like with its
And
ingredients,
hydrating,
and
yeah.
obviously you wipe it with the cotton pad. But no, the morning mist, I mean, I'm spraying that all day long. It's just like
I love it.
unbelievable. Yeah, it's
Love it.
great. So no,
And
toner's a good
then
one.
the third one, actually, there is 4, but we'll see how the time goes. But the third one is blackheads being dirt. They're not
Oh,
dirt.
what are
So
they?
obviously, teens probably get them. I know I had really bad blackheads when I was a teen,
Mm,
and I'm shocked at how good my nose looks now, like in my pores, and it feels smooth. Because when you're a teen, it's like rough, like sandpaper. Blackheads aren't dirt. So blackheads are enlarged pores that have oxidized oil. So when you're not exfoliating and you're very oily, which you are as a teenager, then that oil is speeding up. It's producing a lot of it. If you're not exfoliating the dead skin off the top, it's got nowhere to go. And when it oxidizes, it goes black. The more oil you have
right.
in there, the bigger the pore is. And you can imagine it's just being stretched out because
Yeah,
that's not coming out. You're not alleviating the top, the middle is not coming. So you really need to exfoliate at least twice a week and use something like Radiance Cleanser, which is an
gets
oil-based
in there, doesn't
cleanser,
it?
which I think people are scared of using oil on top of oil. But I always say oil on top of oil is a good idea because it really does get deep into the pores, clears the pores out, and it's also got azelaic acid in there, which helps to close the pores back down
Yeah.
again. They don't necessarily do this, but they stretched out from blackheads, and then you can tighten them again, which is what happened with my nose. Because if you looked at my nose when I was a teenager, you wouldn't have thought it would look like this now. So
Yeah.
that is another myth, that blackheads are not dirt. You're not dirty. It's just you're not using the right skincare, and you
It's just like
possibly
the
need to
build up
exfoliate
on your
more
skin of the oils and stuff.
of
Okay, well,
oils.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that, so you've educated me. And what's the fourth and final? Go on, hit
Well,
me.
the fourth one was
These are
that oily
great.
skin doesn't need moisturizer. So going back to what I just
Oh,
said, oil on
uh,
top of oil is always a good idea, because oily skin is dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin produces more oil because it's trying to flood the skin with its own natural hydration. But we don't like that. So we need to use a moisturizer to help hydrate our skin so the sebaceous glands don't need to speed up and we don't feel oily.
well, that is exactly what I wanted to say to the teacher on the course, because she
Right. What
said
did she say?
she was lovely, and like overall, like obviously, listen, it's her field as well, but I'm not like bashing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
teacher. But she did say at the end, if someone suffers with oily skin, you might want to avoid putting moisturizer on, because they don't want this thick, creamy layer over their face if they're generally oily. And I was sitting there and but beforehand, she said exactly the same as you, that like if you have oily skin, oil-based products are best, and it's your skin producing more because it's dehydrated and all of that. So I was like, yep, tick, 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 lovely, lovely, lovely. And then she ended with that, and I thought, oh my God, this is a disaster. Of course you
So,
want to
hon,
put, not all moisturisers are thick and creamy, but you just want, even like our hydrate range, it's lovely, it's thin, it's
yeah,
like silky, it goes on, it's great, and
yeah.
will hydrate your skin. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
and
my
moisturiser
brain
doesn't
was
have to
like,
be
what is
heavy.
happening? No,
Some of our amazing
exactly.
moisturisers are really light, like
So
almost a gel
light.
consistency. So someone who is oily would feel like happy to put that on because they wouldn't be thinking
Exactly.
that they're adding insult to injury. But
Yeah.
yeah, that when you're dehydrated, so you do need some moisture.
Oh God, we're gonna drive people
Ding
crazy.
dong,
But
literally.
yeah, mental. Um Lastly, I know we touched on Mother's Day, but I think feedback's been that it's quite good when we recommend kind of some products for
Mm.
our people out there. So I've come up with a little list, just like 4 or 5 different ones. So feel free to jump in if you've got anything more to say, or if I forgot anything.
Just brought this with me
Yeah. Oh
because
yeah, what a place to start. Go
yeah,
for it.
but I actually haven't opened it yet because I bought
Oh,
a few
it's
actually. Like you,
amazing.
I bought one for myself.
Yeah.
But I do use what is already in here. Like
Yeah.
this isn't just for Mother's Day. This is for children as well. This, I swear to God, calms my children down in at night time when they have their bath and chills them out. And I don't know what I'd do without it. And when I run out of it, I'm like
Mm.
pillow spray. But this is the So Sleepy luxury bath foam. So again, no itchies, no itchy skin afterwards. Like it's lovely and luxurious. It feels soft in the bath. And
Yeah,
those
it
lavender and
really does.
chamomile essential oils just,
Yeah.
oh, if I smell it too long, I might fall asleep right
Well,
now,
that's what I was
actually.
like in the bath, and I was thinking, oh God, I don't want to drown. I'm going to pass out. The smells are lovely. I'm so relaxed.
And then obviously we touched on pebbles last time, and this is a
Yeah.
limited edition pebble. This is how they used to be wrapped. I missed
And
this.
I loved it.
Um, So this is our So Sleepy pebble, which obviously is like all our other pebbles, but it's the lavender and chamomile scent. So
Mm,
if you want a bit of extra indulgence in the shower and in the bath, that's it. That is here, and I've kept this one for myself.
yeah.
But what did you have on your list? Because you always put together some lovelies.
So I actually put on there the hydrogel face masks, because number
Yes.
one, because I just think that they are such a good product for giving your skin that like instant TLC. I actually done a little video on that this morning on my
Yes,
socials
because you can
page.
get them free at the
Yeah,
moment. So get
exactly.
yourself something and then bag yourself your mum some free
Yeah,
face
so if
masks.
you spend £90 or more between the what's the date, the 9th and the 22nd of March, then you can qualify to get a free pack of the face masks or some shower gels. But we've put all in the information on our socials pages, so we'll just
Yes.
direct you to there. But they're an amazing gift. You can get one of them for £8, so it's just a little something to chuck in a gift bag. Or if you want to spend that little bit more, then you can pay £20 and you get a pack of 3. I also thought it was really nice to maybe shine the light on some expectant mums or new mums. So we do have a baby care range, so it's not massive. It's like a handful of products, but we do a trio Little Heroes collection, and that is £32, and it contains nappy cream, body oil, and body wash.
Nappy cream is brilliant.
Yeah, I've heard. Obviously, I can only go off of mum's feedback in the group chat and stuff of our team, and the other reviews that I've read. But the nappy cream, like you say, is supposed to be amazing and lasts forever. So if you do have a friend that's an expectant mum, and someone who's conscious of allergies, or something that you want to just be completely natural, then that's a really lovely, cute little set to give to them. I also had on here the So Sleepy duo, which is what Danny just showed you. Again, I done a video on my socials, and I'm sure that Danny's got one on hers as well. So if you want to take a closer look, then feel free. We also have just released a foot duo. So it's got the foot scrub in there, and then is it the foot repairing cream? Is
Yes.
that right? Yeah. So if a mum or a nan or an auntie who's on their feet all day, and just wants that little bit of luxury, to just really soothe and cocoon their feet in gorgeous spa-like products, then again, that's an amazing one, and that's £28. And then lastly, and a bit more of an expensive price point, but actually it's £92 that will then qualify you for the free hydrogel face mask set or the shower gels, is the Renew Edit. So that is the youth potion, the renewing cleanser, and the eye lift. Is that right?
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
gold spatula as well, and a bamboo
Oh
top.
yeah, very cute. So that is also going to be coming to an end very soon. It's a limited time only bundle. When that will be, I'm not sure if we've got a
With a
date
saving
yet,
of
but
£43. So you're
but
essentially getting your eye lift free.
yeah. So that's a really good one and a great deal, like Danny said. So they're just a few of the ones that I picked out. A little bit of something for everyone, a little bit of price point, differentiation. But yeah, and obviously we've got our little lip gloves, £4, and loads of other bits on there. So just take a look on our e-shops on on our profile on there, or DM us and we can recommend some more.
So we always worry that we're not going to have enough to waffle on about, and we've waffled for
Yeah,
ages
we
today.
have. I hope all
Last but
the
not least, I'm hoping that you've got a really super powerful International Women's Day quote of the
yeah.
day to
You
wrap it
know
up.
me. Yeah, I have. I was just going to say before that actually that we had a lot of questions about when are you coming back? Are you still doing the podcast? When's the next episode? I had a friend, my mum's friend last week saying, is there an episode this week? 'Cause she's like an avid listener. So shout out to Penny if you're listening. um,
Penny.
and I was like, no, not this week, next week. She was like, oh, I've got to wait another week. I said, yeah, because obviously there'd been such a gap. So we are back. There'll be another episode very soon as well. And yeah, sorry about
Do you know
my
what? There was a couple of
sick
people that
record.
actually was looking at me at your party, and I was thinking, what are they looking at? And then I thought, oh, I wonder if they're like, is she the one she
That's
does the
the
podcast with?
oh yeah, obviously we're like a dynamic duo. We're faces now. No, but sorry, moving on to the quote and finishing off. I
Yes.
did find a quote, and again, I just thought that it really captured the essence of being a woman, what you bring to the table, believing in yourself, and other women kind of advocating for each other in rooms that they're not in. So the quote reads, be her. Be the woman who knows the grass is greener wherever she stands, because she brings value to every space that she enters.
I love it.
Yeah, I just thought it summed it up great. And women, support women out there, and the world will be a better place. Oh, and on that note, Iceland is actually basically a female-run country. So if there's any other reason to go other than the one that I said at the beginning, go for it. Tropic is a female-founded company. So if you want to join us, message us. We'll send you the info and you can become part of the most amazing, empowering team of women.
Love you, Elle. Love all you
Love you.
listeners.
Oh,
And we'll see you really soon, we promise.
see you later. Bye. Bye.
Ellie's Tropic Beauty Club.